Hey everybody, welcome to the newly rebranded Apex Legends Film Room. My focus on this channel is shifting away from doing gameplay highlight videos and more into analysis of the top players and top content creators in the Apex Legends space. One of the things I do anyway, as I try to get better and improve, is I look at the pros and the top content creators, I see what they're doing, and I pick up what are the habits, what are the patterns of what these guys do to help them get more kills, get more damage, and win more matches. So I had to re-record this intro. So for the first little while, you're just going to hear my voice over the video here from Nokokopuffs, my favorite solo Apex content creator. And we're going to be looking at his video from last year, a year ago, my highest damage game ever, 22 kills, 6,700 damage here on World's Edge. And the other thing you're going to notice as this series goes on is the top players who are really good tend to do the same things. You're going to hear a lot of repetition of things that the pros do well. And that makes sense, or it should make sense, that the pros do these things consistently, and if you start doing those things consistently, you're going to get more damage, you're going to get more kills, you're going to have more fun, and you're going to win more games. A little bit later, towards the end of the video, you're actually going to have video of me talking to you. So for the first part of this video, you're not going to have much of that. I apologize for that, but next time, we're going to make sure that the camera is on and going when we're going.
This is good chat, we're learning. Excuse me.
All right, so he sees somebody.
Sorry. He's gonna climb on the roof and he's gonna take 100 damage from the nade. Oh.
Right there, one of the first things you notice is the hip fire. Obviously some ADS there for a second. That's one of the things you'll see the pros do, is a lot of hip fire. That's one of the things that I had to really get used to doing because I was so used to Call of Duty.
I'm trying to think of anything else.
For so many years that I would ADS everything. But ADS in Apex doesn't actually help you with your aim at all. Hip fire, there's no hip fire penalty. Now there may be a weapon spread penalty for certain ranges, but notice a lot of crouching, sliding, shield swap. Another shield swap. Gets that white. He gets low, but he's going to go back and heal up. He retreats. He's one shot. He's going to retreat. Try the nades again. See, they think he's on that death box. Get the instant tap strafe and up and over. He's constantly on the move. He's listening. You can hear the footsteps. You notice one of the habits that these pros use right here is that cover is right about the middle of his screen. When you're dealing with an engagement like this, you want to stick to that cover. You want to play close up on that cover. He's kind of got a little head glitch there, but he's using that, keeping that cover mostly here when he's not shooting. Pops the grenade, sees the guy. Okay, we're back to the jump pad. He's dropping cells like a madman. So he carries 12 cells. All right. Good shots. Whoa. Going for the swap. Another jump pad, another tap strafe. Sees a guy, immediately starts shooting. He's just better than they are. His eyes are always up. He sees things so quickly. That just comes with practice. Now, I don't know why the squad off to the right isn't pushing. Oh, can I just mention 19 millisecond ping? I play like, the lowest I get is like 50s. I don't know how much better I would be with 19 millisecond ping, but, you know. I'm states away from any of the EA servers. Oh, so he's getting that shots from up the hill. Takes the cover. He is one shot. They're not pushing for some reason. Guys just don't push him in this round, in this match. It's one of the things. He is getting lucky that they're not pushing him hard. Perfect grenade. He just assumes that that guy's back there holding off and waiting. Which, of course, he was. Bang, bang, bang. He's just, you know, you can tell he's just watching. He's making those adjustments as Bangalore's jumping. He's very patient. You got to be patient with the shotguns. If you're trying to whip and hit them, and you know, you can easily make mistakes.
Oh no, I don't want that then.
Whiffs every bullet there. See, he's human, just like us. Takes his time. He shields up. He listens. Now, jump pad. He knows that. Look at that tap strafe. Beautiful. He knows that Bangalore's coming after him. Or maybe not Bangalore, whoever it was. I didn't see. Now he's got the 301, the God gun. Notice he didn't loot all of these death boxes earlier. He bided his time and he waited, and he came back to the death boxes later. You know, he didn't get greedy earlier and say, "Oh man, there's a bunch of death boxes." This is one of my favorite moves in this game. Let's watch that again. That tap strafe. He tap strafes like straight ahead. Tap strafe over.
What's up?
Knew he was coming. Knew the Wraith was coming. Let's see if we can figure out where he realized that Wraith was coming over. Now he's probably listening to footsteps. Probably hears them.
What's up?
Because that Wraith was sprinting down the street. Beautiful shots. Now, he's going to zip down, get the shield swap, and he's ducking down using that cover. He's using that land, and half of his screen covered by landscape or terrain. That was, again, patience with the shotguns. Patience with the shotguns. He had the red shield. That Horizon was missing a lot of shots. He had the time to wait. Now you notice one of the biggest things that Noko does really well is he's constantly moving. And that's the thing about Apex. That's one of the things I'm discovering is the more I move around, the more successful I am at this game. Now he is doing a lot of ADSing, which is strange. But I mean, he's got the range, so might as well. Now he's got a Gibraltar ult. What's he going to do? He waits, slides down, backs away, gets the jump pad. The Gibraltar ult cannot hit you in the air. Tap strafe, Eva.
Oh no.
Slides backwards, keeps his crosshair. Now you notice when he slid away from that squad, he didn't slide away, keep his back to him. When he started his slide, he turns around 180 and is firing back at him. He's using that open lane. They're not taking cover. Open lane, I'm shooting as I'm retreating. This is just, these are just brilliant shots. There's not a whole lot of strategy goes into just hitting your shots. Practice, practice, practice. Get into aim lab, get into firing range, do whatever you got to do to practice. Practice, practice.
No.
Oh, now it looks like he's stuck, you know. Another squad on him. He's trying to get away. He's slowed down. Immediately gets under that building. Moving. Taking whatever cover he can get. He's listening. Looking at his mini-map. He's listening. Every time he's got somewhere to go, he uses that stim. Pushing with the jump pad. Double jump there.
I stuck him.
Takes him with the arc star. You can't teach that. That's just skill. Gets a little help from another squad who downs that Horizon. Now he's moving as he reloads. Look, when he slides away, he keeps his attention focused that way, so he can see if anyone's pushing him. Gets the kill. Knows those guys are over there. Just absolutely beaming guys. Like, he does the damage, moves up. He's still using that cover a little bit. He doesn't push all the way up. He stays where he's got options. But it's just with that crouch spamming, he's just avoiding getting tagged. He switched his red for a purple. He had to get that shield swap. That's another thing you'll notice is the great players do is they will swap to a white if they have to, just to get that extra 100 protection. So he slid away, popped his bat, heals up. He's not greedy, he's not hasty. He's always aware of how much damage he's taking. And that's important. Gets up the zip to have a peek. Another tap strafe. That Valkyrie is just an idiot. But, you know, nothing more you can say about that. That's just dumb. So he's going to go for the finish, but here comes Fuse, I think. Yep. And just the Fuse didn't have a plan. He was just coming. He was just aggro. And that's back when the yellow knockdown shield, the gold knockdown shield, allowed you to self-res. And they took that away. So you had to finish that gold knockdown. Ugh.
No way.
Took so much damage because he's floating. He didn't slide into the jump pad. He's floating up there, taking so much damage. But notice, what does he do? He immediately gets out of there. He immediately backs out. One or two shots or whatever would have finished him, but he backed out. He's already at 4,800 damage. All right, so he doesn't have the height here. He actually is at a disadvantage. The other team has height. But he's just hitting his shots, and they're not. So throw an arc star, take a bat. He's listening. You know he's listening. You look at his eyes, you can tell he's listening for people coming. Now, he uses the terrain. That's really important right there. So back here, let's back it up a little bit. I want to point this out. He's in a bad spot here. He knows he doesn't have the high ground advantage. So what does he do? Throws that arc star, pops a bat. Now he's headed this way. He knows that he can go around. They can't see him. They can't see him behind this rock. They can scan him. Somebody scanned him. They can't see him this way. He's on a downslope. They can't see him as he's going around. They're over here. Right there about the... Even with those rocks, to the left of the apex banners. Right up there. They can't see him. He's using that terrain, using those angles to hide where he's going. Now he comes up. He's got a different position. He's got a different angle on him. He's going to use that jump pad that he laid down earlier. Go this way. So many jump pads. You know, if you're Octane and you're not dropping jump pads at almost every opportunity, you're doing it wrong. But in this case, he's looking for fights. He's looking for angles. He's looking for guys he can shoot. So it's kind of like he's operating inside an arena. Just like he was in the city, dropping pads here and there. He'd come back and use them because he's going around one particular area. Oh. Now he knows he's got to get off his height. He's got to sacrifice that height because he's a sitting duck up there.
Oh, shit.
And one of the things he's doing when he jumps up there is he's looking around to see if anybody's going to shoot him. And if he gets in trouble, he's always got that tap strafe. And I'm going to talk to you controller players about that tap strafe in just a second. Perfect grenade. Notice he throws the grenade and he backs up. He retreats to heal up. A lot of you guys out there, you man, you ego challenge, you know. You figure, oh, I just cracked him with that grenade. I'm going to push him. I remember he's by himself in a solo lobby, so he knows that guy's probably got a teammate. So he's smart. He doesn't ego challenge. He backs up. He heals up. Play from a position of strength. That is a consistent theme. But the pro's taking a lot of damage. He's one shot. He nearly bit it right there. So close. You got to be careful of that, you know. You've got to be aware of how much time you have. Look, that guy didn't even see him. Look at that. Look at that. Just an absolute bot. Shield swap. Phoenix kit. Oh, he doesn't swap it. He keeps the red. No, he took the yellow. He took the gold. No, he didn't. Oh, those 2 boxes. See, he's moving so fast, I didn't even realize he moved to the second box. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. But. Notice he's not pushing. He's not going down. He knows where they are, but he's not going down. He's keeping his height. Until he jumps away, tosses a nade, gets a different angle. Because he knows where they are. He's getting the angle across the way so he can shoot back at them. That flat line is so good. When you have red shields, you got a lot more time. And notice he's using that wall angle. Using that guy's buddy. Ugh. Now, I don't know why the Horizon's not pushing. Probably because they have the circle. Or the Horizon, whatever that is. Is that a rampart? Can't tell. Wall bounce. Easy. Now, see, a lot of you guys, you might play that differently. What you might do, you're going to aim for this gap in the gate, and the wall, whatever that is. This gap, the opening in the wall. And you're going to slide and aim. He does a wall bounce. He's got 1 round left. He did so much damage on that lifeline. Wall bounce. Gets his position that way because the slide is going to make more noise. And that lifeline is going to know he's right there. As far as this lifeline knows, she's hearing the footsteps, but then no slide, so he must still be over there, right? Or the lifeline hears him grab the wall for the bounce, thinking, oh, he's going to come up and over. I'm going to watch for him to come over this way. He wall bounces and gets that angle to the left. This is something you really should practice. And right there. So lifeline's like, oh, he's not coming over. He must be over here. Boom. 1 shot, dead. Now, the thing is, he got very lucky that he has an absolute bot lobby. Now, remember, this was a year ago. One thing I've noticed is that duos is a whole lot sweatier than trios. $6,700 damage, 22 kills. And you know, when you watch it back, you're kind of like, he's not really doing a lot of different things. He's just kind of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Anyway, what have we learned by watching Nokokopuffs? Number 1, using cover. Using the terrain, using those angles to cover yourself, because the less you see of them, the less they are going to see of you. Even downhill, he's playing that cover. He's playing those angles. Number 2, backing out of fights. Don't ego challenge. That's one of the biggest things, one of the biggest complaints I have about my random teammates is they ego challenge all the time. They think just because a guy is broke, they've got the advantage, when you don't know if that guy's got a shield swap on him. You know, if you're not close enough to him, he's going to pop off a bat or cells before you get there. Just thinking you could push, and your shields are completely gone. You're down to flesh. So thinking about that, imagining that you have some sort of advantage health-wise when you really don't know if you do or not. You don't know if that player's got support where he's at. So you got to really be careful of that. You've got to manage your health and your shields. You've got to learn when to back out of fights. Number 3, tap strafe. He uses tap strafe a lot to very much to his advantage. So you controller players, especially if you play on Steam, even if you play in Origin, you can easily migrate your installation over to Steam. And I'm going to put links down in the notes for the video where you can see the videos that I use to figure out how to do tap strafe on this right here. That's the third thing. The fourth thing is you want to keep your high ground. Always keep height till you absolutely have to get out of it. Number 6, altering your angles. We saw as he got off that building, went around the rocks, came around the other side. He's changing angles, okay? Once somebody thinks they've got you, a lot of times the casuals or whoever are going to sit back and they think they've got you pinned, and they don't realize that you've just moved around. Using the landscape, using those slopes and obstructions to block their view from where you're going. Did I mention practice the wall bounce? Practice the wall bounce, the wall jumping. It can really come in handy for you to learn those things. So, if you really want to get in high damage games, it's important, it's helpful to use those mobile legends. So Octane, Horizon, Pathfinder. Pathfinder and Octane are really capable of those twitch maneuvers, those really fast changes of direction. Especially Pathfinder with his grapple. Octane, if you use the tap strafe, can be really helpful. I hope that you've got something out of this video, and props to Nokokopuffs for being awesome. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Please leave a comment down below if you found any of this information useful, or if you have anything to say at all. Anything, whatever you want, say it down there, right down there. And click subscribe. Thank you. You know who you are. Have a good one.